Hello awesome people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for clicking. In today's video, me and you are going to learn how to design this amazing flyer in Adobe Photoshop for party. Okay, so if you are interested like I do, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Not just subscribing, turn on the post notification bell so that anytime we upload a new video you are going to get notified. Okay, and also like the video and leave me a comment below. So without further ado, let's get into Photoshop and then create a new document. So I'll click here to create a new document, and I'm going to go with 210 by 210 millimeters, resolution 300, and click on create. Then from here I'm going to reset my workspace. Okay, so I'll go to window so that you and me are going to be on the same page. So I'll choose essentials and then reset essentials. Okay, so from here I guess you and me are on the same page. All right, then from here I would like to move this guy over here so that I will have enough space for the layers. Then with the help of the rectangle tool over here, I'm going to draw a big rectangle all over the canvas, and then I'll go to FX over here to add a gradient overlay. There are so many ways you can do this, but this is the way I prefer. So I'll go with this gradient over here. So let me open the color code for you guys to see. So this is the first color code. You can copy and follow alongside me. Here is the second color code as well. I'll click on OK to accept the changes. Alright, so from here I'll go to my source file, which I will leave a link in the description below for you guys to get access to this file. So I will click and drag this guy over here, and I'm going to move it all over here. Then I'll hit this OK button here to accept the changes. Okay, then from here you can use the opacity level to blend in the image with the background to your liking or to your wishes. Next, I'll go to my source file again. I'm going to bring in these guys over here. So first of all, let me click and drag this guy over here, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the other one as well. Okay, so from here I'll select both of them and then Ctrl+G, or click and move them to the group over here to group them. Okay, then from here I'll add the layer marks to these guys over here, and then with the help of the gradient tool over here, I'm going to add a gradient. Make sure you have opaque to white gradient, okay, so that you can add a gradient to these guys over here. Okay, so I'll make sure I have the black here so that I can add this effect. Okay, so I'm trying to hide this place. You can use the brush tool to brush, but I think in my opinion using the gradient is going to give you the best option. Okay, so you can use the gradient to get the best result, or you can still use the brush tool. So you can see from here that we have blended in the image. Okay, select all of these and move all of them into the folder here to group them, and we can name this one as our background. Okay, by the way, you can get this PSD file on our digital store to speed up your workflow. Okay, next I'll go to my source files, and I have this amazing wood over here. So I'll just move that into Photoshop, and I'm going to make it big using the edges. Okay, if you don't have the edges like I do, make sure you click on Ctrl+T, okay, to simply select the edges, and then you can zoom in and zoom out. Let me lock the background for now, and then with the help of my text tool, I'm going to add my text. I have already typed them so that we can be a little faster. So I'll just copy this text, and then I'll come here and click once on the canvas and paste the text. Ctrl+T for the free transform, and I'm going to make this one as bigger as I want it. Then from here I'm going to also rotate it a bit, okay, to match the perspective of the wood. So I think -1.8 at the top here would do. So I'll click on OK, and then I'm going to copy the same text over here, and then I'm going to highlight and change this text. Then from here, this is the font that I'm using for this, but I'll change this one to a new one. Okay, so I'm going to use this font called Cavallo Bold. So you can download this on the internet, or I'll leave a link to the site so that you can also download it for free and use. So I'm going to make this one as big as I can. Then from here, I'm going to change the colors, okay, to suit me. So let me change the color of this one to something like this, and then I'm going to also change the color of this one as well. All right, then from here I'm going to position this one very well, and then I'm going to add a stroke by going to effects and click on stroke. Then with the stroke, I'm going to change the color to white, and I'll select outside, okay, so outside from here. And also I'll add a bit of drop shadow to make this one pop a bit. Then I'm going to do the same thing, but this time around I will change the stroke from white to yellow, okay. So let me make a sample from here. Then I'm going to click on OK, and then I'll also add a bit of drop shadow to make this one pop. You can leave me a comment below on what you want to see next on the channel, or if you have any idea apart from this one, let me know in the comment section. Then from here, I'm quickly going to add this small text, okay, and then I'm going to add the other effect as well. So let me add this text and come back soon. Alright, so from here I'm done with this text. So let me add another one that we have over here, the official after school. Alright, so from here I'm going to make a duplicate of this text, and then also I'm going to rotate this guy as we did in the earlier version by changing this one to minus 1.8. That's why I type it myself so that I'm going to remember. Then I'll go back to my text panel, and I'm going to change this guy over here. Then I'm going to also make this one a little bolder, and I'm going to add a gradient on this one. So go to FX and add a gradient overlay. So with a gradient overlay, we will choose the style for that gradient, okay. And then let me open the gradient tab. So I think I have a gradient like that over here. So let's select this guy over here, and I think this is okay. Let me click on the reverse and move this guy a bit down. Okay, so let me open the code for you guys to see. So this is the first code over here, and then this is the second code as well. We can add a bit of drop shadow as well if you like to, and reduce the scale and everything. Alright, so then from here we are going to also add these details as well. So let's go back to our source file over here, and I'm going to click and drag this guy over here. I'll leave it at this place and position it a bit here. Then with the help of the text tool, or we can make a duplicate from here, go back to our text and copy this guy over here. I'm going to replace this guy, Ctrl V to paste, and then I'll also change the color to something like the background over here, so that it's going to pop. And you can also increase the boldness of this one. Then from here, with the help of the ellipse tool over here, we can draw an ellipse over here, and you can hold down the shift key whilst drawing to make it proportion, okay. Then we are going to make a duplicate of this guy over here. That's Ctrl J and reduce the size for that. Click on OK to accept changes. Then we can add only the gradients from here to this guy, okay, and then you can change the color at the back, okay, or we can also maintain the black one if you like to. Select both of them and click on this guy over here to link both layers together. Alright, then from here I can select all of these guys, Ctrl J, and then I can align this one to the center, okay. Then from here I'm going to add the details on this guy over here. Okay, so quickly I'll also add the other details on the flyer like these ones, but before that I'm going to add these little guys over here to make this flyer pop more, okay. So I'll go back to my source files, and I have this guy over here. So I'll click and drag this ball into Photoshop, and then I'm going to move it over here or position it over here. Then I'll go back to my source file again, and I'm going to bring this guy over here, and I'm going to position it here. So move this guy here, go back to my source file again. I'm going to bring in the light source, so just click and drag this one here and position it on this guy over here, just like this. Then I'll change this one from normal to screen, okay, and leave it just like this. Then go back to our source files, and I'm going to do the same thing for this guy as well. Okay, so I'll leave this guy over here as well, and then I'll bring in the light as usual. All right, change from normal, that's the blending mode, from normal to screen. Okay, so I can select both these guys and link them, and also do the same thing for the other one as well. Then I can make a duplicate of this guy over here to here, and make a duplicate of this guy over here to this place as well. Okay, so from here I can select all of them and click on Ctrl+G to group them, and also I'll add a layer mask over here. So click on this guy here to add a layer mask to the group. Then with the help of the brush tool from here, I'm going to remove some parts so that the text over here is going to pop just like this. Okay, so from here you can see that this flyer is almost like this one. Okay, we are almost there, just that we have to add these little details over here, the time, the venue, and the others to complete this flyer. So I'm quickly going to do all of that, and I'll be back soon. Also guys, I have a big story to tell you, a story that happened at the workplace. So if you also want to know the story, make sure you watch this video to the end. Okay, alright guys, so from here you can spend the time in the world to add all the other details. You can see that I couldn't add all of them, but at least these are some of the information that is needed on the flyer. Okay, so coming back to the story that I was talking about, on one fateful day, I think it was Friday or Thursday, 24th or 25th, I guess, somebody came to me that I should print something on a pillowcase for them, not knowing they have given the contract to someone else, and they still came to my shop to do the work. So I didn't get a contract. They gave the contract to someone else. I don't know whether the price or the rate that I gave them was too high for them, and they gave to someone else to come and print it from me. And when they came to, I think I also charged them low so that they are going to get something from it. So lesson here is that if you are doing a business, make sure you rate your price, like also put yourself in the person's shoes, so that you are going to charge a little bit lower so that they can afford, not too low, so that you can get a contract. For me, not getting the contract, giving it to someone else to come and do it at my shop and reducing it for the person, you know, I have made a big loss. I think if I did it myself, I'll gain a profit like maybe 100 or 200 cedis, but giving it to someone else and the person coming to do it at my place, I think I made a profit around 50 cedis. That was a very, very big loss. Okay, so make sure you also know how to treat your customers sometimes. All right, thank you very much for watching this video. Until next time, keep creating and never give up.